Gonna take the old CL200 out for a spin. Last time I drove it, I wrecked it, and quite the fun adventure there. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. I see the battery's got enough electricity to light up the gauges. Sometimes I'm not that lucky. This bike's kind of sentimental to me because this is the first I got my motorcycle license on this bike. I rebuilt this bike quite a bit, so I might, as we ride, clear my mind, take a nice cruise here, short one because it's getting a little wet out here. I can feel moisture. I'm here to work. Mosquitoes are bad. Better get going here. Probably gonna choke it. There we go. Hopefully I got the clutch set on this because last time I went out I broke that cable, so we'll see how it turns out here. All's good so far. It's long enough though. People have been tearing this road up. It's hard packed. The clutch adjustment kind of right because I've been riding that clutch quite a bit here in this rough area. It took me quite a while to get this bike dialed in. I guess I could start there. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to start with the actual getting the bike. I bought this bike from a guy. Me and my dad had been. His father had passed away. He said he'd drive it 40, 50 miles at one way. And it's a little 200, so you're not going very far, very fast. I think I top out about 52 right now, miles an hour. I guess that's not bad. It's about an hour's worth of drive, but so when I bought the bike, we had to pick it up over an electric fence, and I didn't have any ramps to load it in the truck. So my dad was a little upset about that. I paid a whole $75 for this bad boy. Now you may think that, oh, that's a pretty good price for, you know, an old 200. Well, with that, the only thing that moved on the bike was the front wheel spun and the forks kind of turned. So the issue was the motor was locked up. It was stuck in gear and the transmission was stuck. It was locked up. The chain was rusted solid and the rear brakes were locked up. So it was quite the conundrum to move. I do have the side covers for it and they looked beautiful until I went to pull them off. And then when I pulled them off, they just shattered. So that was kind of a huge bummer letdown. My motorcycle helmet's kind of rubbing my bottom of my chin here. It's bugging me. So I then spent that winter going through the bike. I disassembled everything, took the bike to the frame. I rebuilt it, put it all back together, learned some lessons along the way, which has helped me to this day. And really, it's stock. The exhaust is rusted out, so it's super loud. My buddy claimed that a 200 could not be very loud, and I told him it's pretty loud, and he fired it up, and he was pretty surprised. I used to run it pretty lean, because, not on purpose, but mostly just because I had an issue. Alright, how do I want to traverse this real quick? Let's stop talking. Alright, stand up a little bit here. My leg's bugging me. So, the issue I ran into was mice had gotten into the air filters, and they don't reproduce the paper filters for these bikes. They're kind of glued in. Let's just cheat out here. And I had to go to Unifoam, and I put the oil on and everything, but it flows way more air than the original paper filters. So this old girl ran real lean for a long time. I kind of messed up one of the pipes, glued the chrome pipe. But it always had a really nice choppy sound to it. But I finally got around to getting some jets for it, and I finally got it jetted where I do not have to run it with the choke on all the time. Maybe it runs a little rich now, but I'd rather have it running just a hair rich. Man, my hip is really bugging this thing. As opposed to running lean, because I don't want to burn up a piston. I'm really surprised I haven't, because those 500 miles were put on it with it running lean and me running the... It's going to be really fun here. Nope, straight for the pegs. Keep it in the center. We're looking for an out right here. So, yeah, this old girl's got a little bit of history with me. I was laid off for a point in time, and I rode the heck out of this bike for quite a while, just locally. But man, I tell you what, it was a blast, because no one was out driving around. Everybody else was at work, and here I am. Oops, caught myself there, back tire. Here I am, just out blasting around on my little 200. Now you may notice the speedometer doesn't work. And it worked for the first 500, and now I got issues with it. My visor's fogging over, that or it's getting wet. But tuned because that's not the end of it. This corner up here is usually pretty rough. I should have cheated and went the highway because I'm scraping my pegs. Let's not look down either. Getting really clogged. I'm going to have to stop. Put it back in neutral. Fix my visors here. Actually, I'm going to cheat. You can tell they're getting pretty foggy. So let's throw those on the side for now, so I can see what I'm doing. Because for a lot of years I didn't ride with the helmet. Hopefully I didn't bungle up my camera here. I can see it in my face now. Alright, here we go. Like I said, this corner kind of gets a little rough sometimes. Let's sit back down and get my feet. Ah, boy. This is going to be fun. I don't know if you see that, but I just dropped right in. Ah. Someone's rode a bicycle back here. Let's take their path. I'm gonna get a picture of this because this is just kind of funny. Let me put it back in neutral before I forget. It's starting to sprinkle again. Let's see if I can cut back out of here. Oh, that's a great sound. Oh, it's gonna be a muddy mess now. Let's actually I really don't want to turn around, but I also don't want to get stuck. Let me see if I can wedge this bike up here. There we go. Wedged up. There's a side view of the old girl on this road, to be fair. Okay. Let's cut back here. We're gonna have to backtrack here, get over there. Unless I just ride through the locust tree. I don't really want to do that though. Let's get the old girl running. All right. Here we go. Well, this is as far as we're gonna go. The joys and the carbs are probably a little heat soaked now. Okay. worried what's on the other side of this hill, this hump. So we'll just take it slow. What? Oh, shit. Watch where you're going, bud. Well, this is where I'm going to end the video. I'm just going to go out and do some more cruising. Find neutral here. Sometimes the train doesn't always quite want to play nice with me here. There we go. Let you guys take one last look at my hobbled together mess. I think I probably ought to tighten, yeah. I need to tighten up my chain. But here it is. The great wonder that it is, the CL200. Saddlebag on there, and it burns oil, it leaks oil, front forks don't work too well. But you know what? It's my bike, and if I really wanted to put more effort into it, I probably could at some point. But I have a bazillion other projects, so thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of me getting all muddy and whatnot, so far it out. So if you like the video, stay tuned for more. I'll get more motorcycle riding videos as I get more bike bikes running and keep them running. That's it. Thank you. Have a nice day.